I was born January 21st, 1931. Herbert Hoover was the President of the United States. He was during the Great Depression. I was born in Saratoga. I had 3 brothers and 1 sister. At the age of 7 years old, my father bought a farm in the country, and we moved on Airport Road. And I've been there ever since. East Suffolk High School was the only county high school for Afro-Americans at the time. We rode the buses. I had to walk out to the 3 Black Cats, which is approximately a mile from here, to catch the bus. Colonel Fred Cherry, the gentleman there who was funeralized about a month ago, was attendance there when I was there. We called him Pepper. He was a football player. He was a very active gentleman. Mac Ben was there. I was behind him. He was older. My brother's older than I am, and they were together. After high school, I went in the Army in Korea, and I took my basic training at Fort Knox, Kentucky. And I had never been to Kentucky before. I had never seen a mountain, and there were a lot of mountains out in Kentucky. And we left after we finished basic training. We came home and went to Japan, and we landed in Yokohama, out from Tokyo. I went to Tokyo while I was in Japan. Tokyo was the 3rd largest city in the world at that time in population, and we left Tokyo and went to Korea, and I received the Purple Heart when I was in Korea. I stayed in Korea about 11 months. I was an ammo bearer. We were in a machine gun squad in the infantry. I was with the when I was in Korea, the units were segregated. It was all black. We was in 24th Infantry Regiment, an all black unit. It was from a major to a private, all black. Okay, we had some of the officers were white, but all the men were Afro-Americans. The Korean War was more or less a civil war in the North and South. People from the North were North Koreans and South Koreans. There was a civil war. This country was involved into a civil war. Okay, there were a lot of the South Koreans were very afraid of the North Koreans, and the Chinese got involved into it. The United Nations got involved into it. You know, it was quite a deal. Okay, we couldn't tell a North Korean from a South Korean unless, you know. I was wounded in Korea. They had the North Koreans and Chinese were blasting us with artillery rounds, and there were artillery rounds exploded in the area where I was wounded in the shoulder. I was just blessed to be able to live through it and came home on rotation. It was just a war that was a civil war basically among the Koreans and the Americans and the United Nations got involved with South Korea, and they were fighting back and forth. There's one fellow that named James Lowe. He's from Eufaula, Alabama. Him and I make contact every so often. We took basic training together at Fort Knox. When I went to Korea, he stayed at Fort Knox, and I went down to Alabama, and we stayed there. Eufaula, Alabama, where he lived, it's called the peanut capital of the world, like Suffolk claiming the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I went down they have a fair that the whole month, like we have a fair here a week. They have a whole month, and I went down. Johnny Mazzell was mayor at that time, and he was invited. We went down to Eufaula, Alabama. It was involved in a parade there. I was at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and she had a cousin that was in my outfit, and I went home with him several times, and we met. We've been married over 63 years to the same person. Okay. The key to that is that we remember each other, and we communicate with each other, and we try to make each other happy. At four children. My daughter is a nurse at the Naval Hospital in Portsmouth, and my son works at the coffee plant in Suffolk. We indicated we have one daughter. She's a nurse at the Naval Hospital, and we have 3 sons. My sons live in Hampton. I attended Pruden in 1958 and 59. Refrigeration, we remodeled refrigerations, okay, during the time I was there. We attended the evening college at Norfolk State and Tidewater Community College. I came out of the Army and I started working at Planners. And I stayed at Planners about 18 months. And I got employed at the Naval Air Station. We were overhauling aircraft. The Planning Commission, Suffolk was in a growing mode. The Planning Commission was an advisory body to the City Council. It was very helpful to me in learning what the council was all about, the city was all about. I was elected to City Council in May 1980. It was the same year when Jimmy Carter was President of the United States. I went to Korea and back, and I said, well, if I can serve in Korea, I should be able to serve here at home. So I ran 1980 and was elected. And we have served 9 consecutive terms. The City Council has been a very rewarding experience. I served as mayor of the year 2000, and it's been a very rewarding experience. We've been able to help some people with some of the problems and their concerns, and it's been very rewarding to me, and I certainly have enjoyed it. I want to be remembered as someone who has worked with the people, who have helped make the quality of life better for the people. A good public servant is a person who takes the problems of the people at heart and seeking to improve the problems that the people are having. And that has been my experience, being able to work with citizens, okay. It's been very rewarding to me. I think it has made it possible for me to have served so long, because my concerns for the citizens has been rewarding to me. There's been quite a bit of changes in Suffolk. When I first came on council, the outlying areas which the Afro-Americans live, there were no sewer and water. And we were able to help get sewer in those communities for the first time. Last year we were able to get utilities started in Whaleville, especially a community center. In the capital improvement plan, the old Robinson School, we were able to get a community center in Whaleville, which has been very beneficial to the community. There's a lot of attendance. I go down to the center about 3 or 4 times a week for exercise, and it's very enjoyable. And a lot of the citizens in the area use that facilities for exercise. It has been very rewarding. We were able to get sewer in the Saratoga, South Suffolk, and Pleasant Hill area during my tenure here on the council. We're working on storm drainage in the communities, closing up the ditches in the community to make the quality of life better for the citizens in the community. Okay. My family, we are Episcopalians, somewhat similar. I serve on the vestry, and the vestry in the Episcopal Church is the same as a deacon into a Baptist church. I'm also on the Board of Trustees as a church. Working in the church has been a very rewarding experience. I enjoy working with the church groups. We have a priest at the church. He's from leukemia, Africa. He's in Africa, from Africa, and there is a mission. This in July. There's a group of people are going from the church to Africa to study on a mission trip. I'm hoping to be able to go with them there, okay, to learn the cultures of other countries. We need more rooftops, more housing, more jobs, okay. Those are the things that we're looking for, better, more jobs and more housing for the citizens of Suffolk, and to make Suffolk grow. I take exercise every week. Working with the citizens and their concerns has been rewarding to me. I stay very active. I'm always moving and see what we can do to help somebody. I just want to call back the memory of serving on council and the planning commission. It has been a very rewarding experience for me to serve on the council and help the people who cannot help themselves. Okay. My experience as being able to help the people. Whenever I get a call from the citizens, I will go down to their houses and see what the problem is and see what we can do to help make the life much better for our citizens. Okay, it's been a rewarding experience for me.